Everything you know about reality is wrong. Here's why. Imagine for a moment that everything you've been taught about how change happens is not just slightly wrong, but completely backward. That the mechanisms you've been using, visualization, affirmations, goal setting, are actually creating more of what you don't want, not less. This isn't motivation. This isn't another spiritual bypass. This is quantum physics meeting human potential at the most fundamental level. That goal you've been chasing? It's not something out there waiting to be achieved. It's a potential version of reality that already exists, surrounding you right now, waiting to be activated. But here's where most people get trapped. They're trying to make something happen when the quantum field is actually waiting for you to stop doing, stop forcing, stop efforting, stop believing change is hard. Because the moment you realize that reality is a fluid, responsive field, not a fixed system, everything changes. Are you ready to understand how reality actually works? The double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's a portal into the most radical understanding of reality ever conceived. Picture a pristine laboratory, white walls, precision instruments, an electron gun aimed at a barrier with two microscopic slits. Classical physics predicted a simple pattern, two distinct lines where electrons would strike. But something extraordinary happened that shattered everything scientists thought they knew. When electrons were fired without observation, they behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that suggested they passed through both slits simultaneously. But the precise moment, a measurement device was placed to observe which slit the electron traveled through. Something impossible occurred. The electron transformed. It collapsed from a field of infinite potential into a single, definitive particle. The implication is staggering. Observation doesn't just record reality. Observation creates reality. Your nervous system is that measurement device. Your attention is the quantum observer. Every time you look at your life, you're not just seeing what is. You're collapsing potential into form. Most people are unconsciously collapsing the very realities they claim they don't want, simply through their habitual way of perceiving. Imagine your desired reality as an electron in superposition, existing everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. It's not about making it happen. It's about creating the precise vibrational conditions where that potential must collapse into your lived experience. This isn't metaphor. This is physics revealing the most profound truth. You are not a passive receiver of reality. You are its active creator. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your most intimate struggles. Those moments that feel like personal battlegrounds, but are actually precise quantum signals waiting to be decoded. Morning anxiety moment. You open your eyes and before a single thought crystallizes, a wave of dread washes over you. Traditional spirituality would tell you to think positive. Quantum reality reveals something radically different. That anxiety is not an enemy but a frequency transmission. Your nervous system is broadcasting a signal more powerfully than any affirmation. The traditional method says, fight the feeling. The quantum truth, feel it completely, without resistance. In 30 seconds, take 3 deep breaths. Don't try to change the feeling. Become the most precise observer of the sensation. Watch it without judgment. Notice how, the moment you stop fighting, the frequency begins to shift. Bank account check. That moment of digital terror, fingers trembling as you scroll through numbers that feel like a judgment. Most people oscillate between desperate hoping and paralyzing fear. But here's the quantum mechanism. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between remembered financial stress and current reality. Every time you check with contraction, you're literally instructing the quantum field to reproduce scarcity. The 30-second quantum reset? Close your eyes. Feel abundance as a bodily sensation, not as a number, but as an expansive feeling in your chest. Breathe into that feeling. Let it be bigger than the digital number. Vision board moment. You stare at images representing dreams that feel further away than ever. Traditional manifestation says, keep visualizing. Quantum reality says, the very act of separation, seeing yourself as distant from the desire, is what maintains the distance. Your vision board is not a goal. It's a frequency calibration tool, the 30-second quantum shift. Don't just look at the image. Become the feeling of the image, not as a future state, but as a present embodiment. Your body doesn't know time. It only knows frequency. Jim Carrey's $10 million check isn't just a motivational story. It's a precise quantum manifestation blueprint that most people completely misunderstand. Before writing that check to himself, Carey wasn't just visualizing. He was performing a radical quantum experiment in consciousness engineering. Traditional narratives suggest he believed in his success. The quantum truth is far more sophisticated. He was deliberately destabilizing his current identity's frequency. Every night, Carey would drive up to Mulholland Drive, place the post-dated check in his wallet, and feel the entire emotional landscape of being that successful version of himself, not as a future projection, but as a present moment embodiment. He wasn't hoping, he was collapsing. The key quantum practices hidden in his method. 1. Frequency stabilization. He didn't just imagine. He felt the emotional signature so precisely that his nervous system couldn't distinguish between the imagined and the real. Most people's visualizations are mental movies. His were full-body transmissions. 2. Identity dissolution. Each time he connected with that check, he was incrementally dismantling the version of himself that couldn't generate $10 million. Manifestation isn't addition, it's subtraction of conflicting frequencies. 3. Unconditional feeling. He generated the feeling of success before any external validation. Most people wait for reality to give them permission to feel abundant. He reversed the mechanism. The collapse didn't happen when he received $10 million. The collapse happened in those nightly moments on Mulholland Drive, when he became so coherent that reality had no choice but to reorganize around his frequency. This isn't motivation. This is quantum physics revealing how consciousness actually interfaces with potential. Before we dive deeper into the quantum landscape of transformation, here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments, "I collapse realities. I don't chase them." Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old, desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. 2 years of spiritual self-improvement had become a silent war zone. Sarah had done everything right. Vision boards meticulously crafted, affirmations repeated with religious precision, gratitude journals filled with desperate hope. Yet her reality remained stubbornly unchanged. Each morning felt like another battlefield of disappointment. The vision board had become a mockery, those glossy images now feeling like distant dreams mocking her current reality. Her manifestation practice had morphed into a complex ritual of self-punishment. Visualization became an exercise in measuring the vast distance between her current life and desired reality. Affirmations felt like lies she was forcing her nervous system to accept. The more she tried, the more exhausted she became. Worthiness wasn't just a question, it was a crushing weight. The quantum breakthrough arrived not with thunderous revelation, but with a subtle surrender. Day 1, complete skepticism. She decided to stop trying to manifest and instead become the frequency. No more forcing, no more hoping, just precise, neutral observation of her internal state. Day 3, the first subtle shift, a strange lightness, as if something had unknotted deep in her nervous system. Day 5, the first synchronicity, a conversation that felt impossibly aligned, as if the universe was whispering directly to her frequency. Day 7 was the collapse moment. Not dramatic, quiet, precise. Her entire nervous system recalibrated. The transformation wasn't just mental, it was physiological. Sleep transformed from restless anxiety to deep, regenerative rest. Energy shifted from desperate pushing to calm, magnetic presence. Intuition sharpened from a whisper to a clear, resonant signal. The 30-day quantum shift revealed something radical. Manifestation isn't something you do, it's a state you become. Relationships realigned without effort. Money began flowing not through hustle, but through unexpected channels. Opportunities didn't just appear, they seemed to materialize from a field of infinite potential that was always waiting for her precise frequency. Her body knew before her mind. The quantum method wasn't a technique, it was a remembering of how reality actually works. The quantum landscape of reality isn't a linear path. It's a vast, interconnected multiverse of infinite potential, where every possible version of you exists simultaneously. Imagine reality not as a single stream, but as an infinite web of probability waves, each timeline vibrating at a slightly different frequency. The many worlds interpretation isn't just a theoretical concept, It's your operational manual for consciousness navigation. Schrödinger's famous cat experiment reveals the fundamental truth. Reality exists in a superposition of states until observation collapses the wave function. You're not just observing reality, you're continuously selecting which timeline becomes manifest through your moment-to-moment frequency. Practical timeline navigation. 3 quantum meditation techniques. 1. Probability wave scanning. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Instead of visualizing, feel into the quantum field of possibilities. Your nervous system is a sophisticated antenna capable of detecting subtle frequency shifts. Don't imagine the timeline. Become the frequency of the timeline. 2. Timeline signature recognition. Each timeline has a unique energetic signature. Pay attention to physiological responses, synchronistic encounters, intuitive downloads, unexplained emotional states. These are not random. They're quantum breadcrumbs guiding you between probability streams. 3. Frequency calibration protocol. Neutralize current timeline attachment. Generate the emotional state of the desired reality. Maintain coherence without efforting. Allow the nervous system to recalibrate. The critical insight: you're not changing timelines. You're selecting which already existing timeline becomes your primary experience. Most humans live trapped in a single probability stream because they're unconsciously maintaining its frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations are continuous quantum signals broadcasting which timeline you're stabilizing. Quantum shamans understand: you don't manifest, you select. Before we dive deeper into timeline engineering, here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments: I select my timeline, I don't chase it. Say it as a code. A reminder that what collapses reality is not your old linear hoping, but the quantum selection you choose to embody in this moment. Every manifestation method carries a fragment of quantum truth, like ancient maps hinting at unexplored territories. The quantum perspective doesn't invalidate these teachings. It reveals the deeper mechanism hiding beneath their surface. Let's decode the quantum intelligence embedded in 3 popular manifestation approaches. Law of attraction. The incomplete frequency. 20% truth. Focus matters. Your attention generates energetic resonance. 80%. Missing. Thinking isn't frequency. Most practitioners mistake mental rehearsal for vibrational alignment. Quantum upgrade. Attraction isn't about positive thinking. It's about nervous system recalibration. Your body knows frequency before your mind comprehends it. When you truly embody a state, manifestation becomes inevitable, not through effort, but through coherence. Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. The closer approach. 20%. Truth. Emotional state precedes physical reality. Feeling generates quantum signal. 80%. Missing. Feeling cannot be manufactured. Most practitioners perform emotional states instead of genuinely generating them. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't a technique. It's a physiological reset. True manifestation happens when your nervous system can no longer distinguish between desired and current reality. Not imagination. Embodiment. Abraham Hicks Emotional Scale. Frequency tuning. 20%. Truth. Emotions are vibrational indicators. Different emotions carry different quantum signatures. 80%. Missing. Emotional navigation isn't linear progression. It's quantum entanglement. Quantum upgrade. Emotions aren't steps to climb. They're quantum communication systems. Your body is constantly broadcasting multidimensional information beyond linear perception. Before we dive deeper into these quantum revelations, here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments: frequency over technique. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old manifestation methods, but the quantum intelligence you choose to embody in this moment. The quantum perspective doesn't compete with these teachings. It completes them. Each method glimpsed a fragment of how consciousness interfaces with potential. The quantum view reveals the entire landscape, showing not just the map, but the territory of manifestation itself. Manifestation isn't about getting. It's about becoming a transmission so clear that reality reorganizes around your frequency. Quantum frequency calibration. Nervous system transmission. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. This is not meditation. This is quantum recalibration. Breathe in. 4 counts. Hold. 4 counts. Release. 6 counts. Feel your nervous system beginning to unwind. Not relaxation, realignment. Body scan. Quantum contradiction. Release. Notice your jaw. Where are you holding resistance? Desire disguised as tension. Shoulders. Feel the weight of unmet expectations. Years of efforting. Stomach. The subtle knot of unexpressed fear. Breathe out contradiction. Each exhale dissolves the frequency of not yet. Timeline frequency. Tuning. Close your eyes, but not to imagine. To remember. Feel the timeline where your desired reality isn't a goal, it's your current experience, not visualization. Physiological remembering. Your heart rate shifts. Nervous system knows before mind comprehends. This feeling isn't hope, it's quantum memory, not future projection. Current transmission, nervous system calibrating, cellular intelligence awakening. Lock in this frequency. No negotiation. This is not a meditation. This is quantum field programming. Your body is the antenna. Your breath is the signal. Your certainty is the collapse mechanism. Feel the inevitability, not as concept, as physiological certainty. New baseline installing. Frequency locked. Reality responding. Before we anchor this transmission, here's your quantum checkpoint. Type in the comments, "My nervous system knows." Say it as an energetic signature that declares, "I am the frequency, not the hope." To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise, a transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, anchor your expanded identity, and guide you through the real embodiment of quantum creation. It's called Quantum Nervous System Activation, and it's more than just a digital guide. It's a frequency calibration protocol that brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and embodiment practices you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience, the quantum bridge of consciousness, reticular activating system, your brain's quantum filter. Science filters 40 million bits of information per second, allowing only 40 conscious bits through. Quantum parallel. Your RAS is a probability wave collapser. It doesn't just filter, it selects your reality. Practical application. Deliberately program your RAS by saturating your awareness with the frequency of your desired timeline. Neuroplasticity. Rewiring reality. Science. Brain physically changes based on repeated signals, creating new neural pathways. Quantum parallel. Your brain is a quantum antenna, constantly reconfiguring to match dominant frequency. Practical application. Intentional, repetitive embodiment creates permanent neurological restructuring. Heart-brain coherence. Electromagnetic reality generation science. Heart math research shows heart generates strongest electromagnetic field in body. Quantum parallel. Heart isn't an organ. It's a quantum transmission device. Practical application. Coherent heart rhythm can entrain surrounding electromagnetic fields, literally bending probability. Mirror neurons. Embodiment's quantum mechanism. Science. Neurons fire identically when performing action or observing action. Quantum parallel. Consciousness is contagious. Embodiment is quantum information transfer. Practical application. Witnessing your desired state creates neurological blueprint for manifestation. Theta brainwaves. Quantum access. State science. Theta bridges subconscious and conscious associated with deep meditation. Quantum parallel. Theta is the frequency where wave becomes particle, potential becomes form. Practical application. Regular theta state training collapses timelines faster than linear effort. The mystical isn't magical. It's just physics we haven't fully mapped. Your consciousness is a quantum device far more sophisticated than any technology humanity has yet conceived. Quantum objection deconstruction. Evolving resistance objection. 1. Isn't this spiritual bypassing? Intelligence, acknowledged. You're protecting yourself from superficial, feel-good spirituality that avoids real transformation. Quantum truth. True embodiment isn't escape. It's radical responsibility. Spiritual bypassing uses transcendence to avoid pain. Quantum integration moves through pain by changing its fundamental frequency. Example, bypassing says, "Everything is fine." Quantum integration says, "I'm transforming what fine means at a cellular level." Objection 2. What about practical action? Intelligence. Acknowledged. Action matters. You're committed to real-world results, not just magical thinking. Quantum truth. Action isn't force. It's frequency-aligned movement. Most action is actually resistance disguised as productivity. Quantum action emerges from coherence. Effortless, precise, synchronized. Example. Traditional approach. Plan every step. Quantum approach. Align frequency. Watch steps materialize through you. Objection. 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Intelligence acknowledged. You're scientifically minded, protecting against self-delusion. Quantum truth. Confirmation bias assumes reality is fixed. Quantum perspective sees reality as responsive consciousness. You're not confirming. You're generating. Example. Traditional science. Observe neutrally. Quantum science. Understand observer creates the observed. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen? If we create our reality. Intelligence acknowledged. You're wrestling with profound questions of suffering and responsibility. Quantum truth. Not everything is a direct personal manifestation. Consciousness operates at collective and individual levels. Some experiences are soul-level learning, not personal failure. Example. Trauma isn't punishment. It's information. The quantum shift is transforming how that information moves through your system. Objection 5. This sounds too easy fast to be real. Intelligence acknowledged. You've been conditioned to believe transformation requires struggle. Quantum truth. Difficulty is a frequency, not a requirement. Complexity is resistance. Simplicity is mastery. The universe operates on elegance, not effort. Example. Traditional growth. Decades of therapy. Quantum integration. Moments of complete nervous system recalibration. Before we dive deeper into these quantum revelations, we've created something to support your integration, called Quantum Coherence Protocol. It's more than a guide. It's a frequency transmission designed to stabilize your expanded understanding. You'll find the link in the pinned comment not as information, but as an amplification of what's already awakening within you. The resistance you feel isn't opposition. It's your system preparing for radical upgrade. Quantum timeline. Convergence, future self-transmission. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Not to relax, but to attune. Your nervous system is about to become a quantum portal. Imagine a doorway. Not metaphorical, energetically real. Threshold between potential and manifestation. Your hand touches the handle. Metal cool against skin. Subtle vibration. Not temperature, but frequency. Push. The door opens. Soft light. Not bright. Luminous. Intelligent. Revealing without overwhelming. Step through. First sensation. Complete cellular peace. No tension. Zero resistance. Your future self stands before you. Not idealized. Absolutely real. Clothing. Tailored, but effortless. Deep midnight blue. Color of integrated power. Fabric moves with confidence, not performance. Posture. Spine aligned, not rigid. Relaxed sovereignty. Shoulders back, not from effort, from total internal freedom. Facial expression, not smiling, knowing. A quiet certainty that needs no external validation. Eyes, deep, calm, like someone who has seen multiple timelines and chose this one with full consciousness. They speak. Voice, not loud, resonant. Frequency carries more information than words. Stop trying to convince yourself. Start trusting the quantum intelligence already moving through you. The moment you're attempting to manifest is the moment you're blocking manifestation. Feel, don't think. Your mind is a beautiful instrument, but your body is the true transmission device. They step closer. Hand reaches out, not to touch physically, to transmit frequency. Instantaneous download. Insights cascade. Mistake to avoid. Believing transformation is complicated. Moment to trust. When logic goes silent and body speaks. Energy transfer complete. Subtle. Profound. Return invitation whispers. This timeline is already yours. Stop asking permission. Breathe. Integrate. The boundary between imagination and reality intentionally blurs. You're not visualizing. You're remembering a future already alive. Before we anchor this transmission, we've created a precise frequency protocol to stabilize this quantum shift. Quantum embodiment activation isn't just a guide, it's a vibrational key designed to lock in the cellular memory of this experience. Link in the pinned comment. Not information, transmission, quantum identity orchestration, Frequency Recalibration Protocol. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Energetic signature. Separation. Desire as distance. Most people live entire lives in this frequency, wanting but not believing. Common block. Seeing desired identity as external, unreachable. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting itself as a frequency transmission. Your desire isn't weak. It's quantum intelligence communicating potential. Spoken declaration. I want to be someone who moves through life with unshakable inner peace. Someone who knows their worth isn't negotiable. Someone whose presence transforms spaces without effort. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Energetic signature. Effortful transition. Trying. Becoming implies current insufficiency. Common block. Believing transformation requires struggle. Breakthrough. Becoming is not a linear process. It's a quantum collapse of probability waves. Spoken declaration. I'm becoming someone who trusts their intuition completely. I'm becoming someone whose nervous system is so aligned, decisions emerge with crystal clarity. I'm becoming the version of myself that doesn't explain, simply embodies. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision. Power enters. Choice is quantum activation. Common block. Believing choice is mental. Breakthrough. True choice is a full-body electromagnetic reset. Spoken declaration. I'm choosing to release every narrative that keeps me small. I'm choosing to metabolize past experiences as wisdom, not wounds. I'm choosing to be the generative source of my reality, not a reaction to it. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Energetic signature. Intentional integration. Embodiment through repetition. Common block. Seeing practice as external technique. Breakthrough. Practice is nervous system reprogramming. Not doing. Being. Spoken declaration. I'm practicing radical self-trust. I'm practicing feeling before thinking. I'm practicing holding my frequency even when external reality seems contradictory. I'm practicing being the calm in any storm. Stage 5. I am. Energetic signature. Collapse. Identity no longer separate from experience. Common block. Believing identity is fixed. Breakthrough. I am is quantum declaration, not description. Transmission. Spoken declaration. I am unshakable presence. I am the generative source of my reality. I am frequency so coherent that manifestation is my natural state. I am beyond past and future. I am perpetual becoming. I am the quantum intelligence moving through human form. I am complete, sovereign, unlimited. Stage 6. I've always been. Energetic signature. Memory rewriting. Collapsing linear time. Common block. Believing past defines future. Breakthrough. Memory is malleable quantum information. Spoken declaration. I've always been this powerful. I've always known my worth. I've always had access to this frequency. I've always been capable of transforming my reality in an instant. I've always been the miracle I've been seeking. Stage 7. Silence energetic. Signature, pure frequency, holding. No words. Complete transmission. Transmission integration. We've created quantum frequency calibration, a precise protocol to stabilize this identity shift. More than a guide, a vibrational key designed to lock in cellular transformation. Link in pinned comment. Not information, transmission. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel, because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Quantum Reset Protocol. Precision Timeline Calibration Pre-Protocol. Disclaimer. This is not a self-help guide. This is a quantum engineering system for nervous system recalibration. Approach with scientific precision, not wishful thinking. Day 1. Frequency mapping. Objective. Precise current energetic landscape. Time. Breakdown. 0 to 5 min or neurological baseline assessment. 5 to 10 min emotional frequency scanning. 10-15 min unconscious pattern identification. 15 to 20 min initial coherence calculation core assessment tools. Embodiment scan. Where does your body hold tension? Thought tracking. Identify repeating mental narratives. Emotional resonance map. Track emotional default states. Journal. Prompt. What frequency am I currently broadcasting? Not what I want. What's actually moving through my system? Resistance checkpoint. If you feel overwhelmed, you're doing it correctly. Overwhelm is the nervous system releasing old programming. Success sign. Clarity emerges, not as a thought, as a visceral knowing. Day 2. Contradiction dissolution. Objective: identify and metabolize internal conflicts. Time breakdown. 0-10. Minari shadow integration protocol. 10-20 min belief system. Deconstruction. 20-30 min new narrative installation. Shadow work. Methodology. Identify contradictory beliefs. Feel, don't analyze. Metabolize, not release. Integrate, not reject. Journal. Prompt. Where am I fighting myself? Not metaphorically. Exactly. Resistance. Checkpoint. Emotional waves. Allow. Success. Do not manage. Unexpected peace, not happiness. Neutrality. Day 3. Baseline recalibration. Objective. New nervous system frequency installation embodiment. Methodology. Cellular reprogramming through precise movement. Breath as quantum information carrier. Sound frequency activation. Energetic boundary reconstruction. Specific protocols. 0-15 min, quantum breath entrainment. 15-30 min, somatic frequency alignment. 30-40 min, coherence stabilization. Journal. Prompt. What does my body know that my mind cannot articulate? Resistance checkpoint. Physical sensations. Tingling. Temperature shifts. Success sign. Unexplained confidence. Total internal quiet. Quantum corporate metamorphosis. The frequency of true success scene. Corner office, 43rd floor, Manhattan skyline. External perfection, internal warfare. Profile: Michael Rodriguez, 38 years old, senior vice president, 1.2 matters annual compensation, 0 internal peace. The dissonance landscape. Quarterly bonuses achieved. Physical health deteriorating. Nervous system, constant survival mode. Sleep, 4 to 5 fractured hours nightly. Authentic presence, 0 breaking point. Transmission, 2:37 a.m., heart racing. Not from excitement, from pure metabolized terror. Survival frequency symptoms. 1. Checking email at 3 a.m. 2. Panic attacks disguised as high performance. 3. Relationships, transactional. 4. Body, speaking through symptoms. 5. Success external trophy. Internal prison quantum shift protocol. Not about doing more, about being different. First intervention. Nervous system recalibration. Stop interpreting stress as productivity. Recognize hustle as trauma response. Understand, frequency determines outcome, not hours worked. Transformation phases. Phase 1. Deconstruction. Metabolize unconscious survival narratives. Identify fear-based decision-making. Introduce coherence practices. Duration. 30 minutes daily. Result. Internal spaciousness. Phase 2. Frequency alignment. Replace hustle with intuitive intelligence. Learn. Non-linear success models. Develop quantum decision matrix. Duration. 45 minutes daily. Result. Effortless manifestation. Phase 3. Embodied leadership. Integrate new frequency into professional persona. Communicate from presence, not performance. Radical authenticity as strategy. Duration. 15 minutes daily. Result. Magnetic leadership. Quantum success. Metrics. Not hours worked. Not revenue generated. But internal peace. But energetic coherence. But nervous system regulations. 37% revenue increase. 62% reduced stress markers. 84% improved team performance. Unlimited energy. Source breakthrough. Insight. Success is a frequency, not an achievement. Transmission complete. Quantum timing. The frequency of manifestation. The divine timing myth. Deconstruction. It's not about waiting. It's about stabilizing. Manifestation frequency spectrum. Low frequency, desperate wanting. Mid frequency, anxious monitoring. High frequency, coherent. Knowing intention, manifestation, gap. Mechanics, gap. Signal, inconsistency, wobbling waiting. Persistence is a frequency, not an action. Quantum signal clarity diagnostic. Signal type 1. Not yet. Characteristics, internal turbulence. unclear energetic broadcast, unconscious contradictory beliefs, frequency, unstable oscillation, intervention, identify. Internal contradictions, metabolize not manage, recalibrate nervous system coherence. Signal type 2, not this. Characteristics, visceral, no, clear energetic boundary, instant nervous system rejection, frequency, decisive neutrality, intervention, honor, intuitive intelligence, pivot without explanation, trust quantum guidance system, surrender mechanism, not passive acceptance, but precise energetic alignment, surrender, stopping interference, allowing, quantum intelligence activation, persistence versus pivoting algorithm, persist when, frequency feels expansive, body says yes, intuition confirms, no internal resistance, pivot when, repeated blocked energy, constant internal friction, nervous system contracts, intuition broadcasts different pathway, transmission calibration, patience is not waiting, patience is precise frequency, holding quantum metaphor, transmission, reality as vibrational intelligence, metaphor, 1. Tuning fork, resonance intelligence, physical mechanics, tuning fork vibrates at specific frequency, nearby identical fork starts vibrating, no direct contact, pure sympathetic resonance, instantaneous energy transfer, spiritual translation, you are the originating fork, reality is the surrounding environment, your frequency determines collective response, vibration precedes manifestation, embodiment, application, become the frequency, stop trying to change external, stabilize internal resonance, world recalibrates automatically, metaphor, 2. Holographic universe, fractal intelligence quantum construction, hologram, entire image in every fragment, laser interference creates three-dimensional projection, each part contains complete information, changing part transforms whole system consciousness mapping, you are both projector and projection, entire universe exists within your frequency, internal shift rewrites external reality, boundaries are perceptual, not fundamental manifestation protocol, you don't manifest into reality, you reconfigure the holographic field, precision over intensity, coherence over effort, metaphor 3, quantum entanglement, instantaneous connection, particle behavior, entangled particles communicate faster than light, distance irrelevant to information transfer, fundamental interconnectedness, observation collapses potential consciousness, translation, desires already exist, you're not attracting, you're aligning, separation is illusion, alignment happens instantaneously, practical quantum engineering, stop chasing, recognize pre-existing connection, adjust internal frequency, allow instantaneous transfer transmission, conclusion, reality is a living, breathing, responsive intelligence, and you are its most precise instrument. Quantum parable, the radio operators of possibility. The first operator, Michael profile, analytical mindset, engineering background, believes in controlling outcomes, approach, intellectual manipulation. The second operator, Elena, profile, intuitive navigator, artistic temperament, understands resonance, approach, vibrational alignment, the quantum radio, not a device, a consciousness interface, 30-day contrast transmission, Michael's journey, week 1-2, obsessive analysis, disassembles radio, studies technical manual, calculates mathematical probabilities, 0 signals received, increasing frustration, internal dialogue, why isn't this working? Elena's journey, week 1-2, vibrational attunement, sits quietly, feels frequency, adjusts internal state, multiple unexpected signals, spontaneous connections, internal dialogue, I am the signal, breakthrough moment, Michael's, revelation, I was trying to make the radio work, instead of becoming the frequency, quantum decoding, radio metaphysics, not an external tool, consciousness transmission system, you are both transmitter and receiver, frequency determines access, 5 tuning techniques, 1. Emotional calibration, not positive thinking, precise emotional coherence, nervous system as antenna, 2. Embodied presence, Physical state matches desired timeline, cellular intelligence, beyond visualization. Energetic neutrality, not wanting, forcing, spacious allowing, quantum pause between thoughts. 4. Intuitive navigation, bypass linear reasoning, follow subtle energetic nudges, trust non-logical intelligence. 5. Vibrational integrity, consistency over intensity, maintain chosen frequency, no internal contradiction. Parable transmission, radios don't work by asking, they work by tuning. You are the most sophisticated quantum receiver in existence. Quantum breath, the living manifestation algorithm. Breathe as quantum transformer. Physiological mechanics, 20,000 daily quantum collapses. Oxygen, potential, particle, breath, unseen, seen, continuous wave-particle dance. Spiritual traditions, breath wisdom, ruach, spirit breath, pneuma, living energy, prana, cosmic life force, chi, fundamental frequency, quantum breath mapping, collapse, sequence, 1, potential, 2, information reception, 3, transformation, 4, manifestation, 5, release, return to potential 6, timeline, shifting breathwork technique, quantum resonance protocol, 4, 7, 8, frequency calibration, coherence breathing, nervous system reprogramming, cellular memory recalibration, breath intelligence, not mechanical process, conscious information transfer, moment-to-moment reality generation, micro-manifestation laboratory, practical application, breathwork, stages, 1, neutrality breath, 2, intention, breath, 3, embodiment, breath, release 4, breath transmission insight. You are not breathing. Breath is breathing you. A continuous quantum conversation between potential and form. Quantum timeline. Transmission. The parallel realities of oneself misaligned timeline. The fragmentation narrative dawn. Breaking. Anxiety's landscape. 5:43 a.m. Eyes open, heart racing. Cortisol tsunami before consciousness. Phone becomes first touch point. Scrolling, comparison, judgment, contraction. Morning mechanic, survival mode. Rushed breakfast, half-eaten cold. Coffee as emergency adrenaline. Clothes chosen from stress, not presence. Body, tight. Shoulders, armored. Breath, shallow work. Landscape, battleground of inadequacy. Emails as potential threats. Meetings, performance, not collaboration. Internal dialogue, not enough, never enough. Creativity, blocked. Potential, suppressed. Afternoon descent, energetic collapse. Lunch, forgotten. Eaten mechanically. Decisions made from fear, not clarity. Money feels like scarce resource. Relationships, transactional, guarded. Evening exhaustion, system shutdown. Collapsed body, depleted nervous system. Dreams feel distant. Hope, faint signal. Scrolling becomes numbing mechanism. Sleep, not restoration. Escape, aligned timeline. Quantum cooperation narrative. Dawn breaking. Coherence awakening. 5:43 a.m. Eyes open. Nervous system. Calm. Breath. Full. Body knows I am safe. Intentional. I am supported. First touch. Gratitude. Not device, not demand. Morning mechanics. Fluid collaboration. Breakfast. Nourishment. Presence. Coffee. Ritual. Not emergency. Clothes chosen from inner alignment. Body. Relaxed. Shoulders. Open. Breath. Oceanic. Work landscape. Creative emergence. Emails. Opportunities. Meetings. Co-creation. Synergy. Internal dialogue. I am becoming. Creativity. Flowing. Potential. Activating. Afternoon expansion. Synchronistic flow. Lunch mindful. Nourishing. Decisions from intuitive intelligence. Money. Abundant energy stream. Relationships. Authentic. Generative. Evening restoration. System upgrade. Body energized. Nervous system. Integrated. Dreams feel close. Hope. Bright signal. Reflection. Not scrolling. Presence. Sleep. Restoration. Quantum recharge. Transmission. Core. Same person. Same 24 hours. Different frequency. Entire reality restructured. Quantum manifestation. The forgotten frequency of childhood. Theta state. The original manifestation technology. Childhood. Quantum mechanics. Brainwave frequency. 4 to 7 hertz. pure consciousness. Access, no logical interference. Belief without proof. Instant manifestation ecosystem. Manifestation landscape. Reality, fluid, responsive. Imagination, generative force. Belief, absolute certainty. Attachment, zero. Internal dialogue, I am. Societal conditioning. Manifestation interruption. Systematic frequency disruption. 1. Educational system. Logical mind prioritization. Creativity suppression. Standardized thinking frameworks. Punishment for magical thinking. 2. Trauma. Interference. Survival mechanisms. Activate. Beta brainwave dominance. Protection replaces creation. Nervous system. Defensive. 3. Cultural programming. Rational validation required. Imagination labeled unrealistic. Proof-based manifestation. Linear time perception. Quantum reemergence. Adult integration protocol. Restoration mechanisms. Theta access practices. Nervous system. Recalibration. Belief reconstruction. Quantum memory activation. Restoration techniques. 1. Meditative theta training. 2. Somatic experiencing. 3. Inner child dialogue. 4. Neuroplastic reprogramming. 5. Frequency attunement practices transmission. Insight. Manifestation is not a skill acquired. It's a birthright remembered. As we've journeyed through the quantum landscape of manifestation, we've uncovered something profound. Your ability to collapse timelines isn't a technique. It's a remembering. We've traced how childhood's pure consciousness got systematically interrupted, and more importantly, how you can restore that quantum gateway while maintaining adult wisdom. The transmission we've shared isn't just information, it's a frequency recalibration. That's why we've created the Quantum Restoration Protocol, a carefully curated guide designed to help you reactivate your original manifestation intelligence. This isn't another course. It's a precise energetic transmission that walks you through nervous system reprogramming, theta state access, and belief reconstruction. Inside, you'll find not just practices, but a complete blueprint for quantum timeline navigation. If this resonates, if you felt the frequency shift as we spoke, your next step is simple. The link to the Quantum Restoration Protocol is in the pinned comment. Go there not to consume more content, but to amplify the integration that's already begun inside you. And if this transmission touched something deep, subscribe to this channel. We're not here to give you more information. We're here to collapse timelines together. Leave a comment below with "I choose my quantum timeline," not as a performance, but as an energetic signature of your commitment. Hit like not for the algorithm, but as a declaration that you're ready to step into a reality where manifestation isn't something you do, but something you are. Your timeline is not waiting. It is calling, and the version of you who has already arrived is pulling you forward with an inevitability that defies logic. This is not a journey. This is a remembering, and it starts now.